So I see a cool air intake, an air shifter, I see an open /cut exhaust, and a standalone spark management system. Not a bad way to spend €200. Except it doesn't work.
Good morning, good evening, whatever it is, wherever you are YouTube. So one of the things we simply couldn't figure out on our race bike, we've been having problems with both the launch control and the shift light, neither of which have been giving us any meaningful information. The launch control simply doesn't work. And also the shift light and tacho just giving us completely spurious readings. So rather than look into either changing the dashboard or changing the launch control unit, we found a company based in the Czech Republic called Ignitech. It was actually a chap at Santa Pod where we first spotted it. And they do a complete standalone ignition system, which is very, very cost effective. This will also give us future scope for tuning because we can put it onto a dyno and find our optimum ignition advance curves and all sorts of things, rev limiters. Everything can be changed simply by plugging the laptop into the bike. This is a great option for us, so we fitted one. There was a problem though. It didn't seem to work. Let's have a look at it.
Moment of truth, man. Okay, so if we switch this on, it's checked, it's now happy with the settings, so
Yeah.
if I quickly do RPM, you'll see on the dash,
Yeah.
that'll just bosh up
Yeah.
to 5k, because that's what it's set on here. I mean, I can do it low, isn't it?
Yeah, which does it reasonably quickly as well, which is nice.
Yeah, and then you've got shift light as well,
That's good.
which is great. So if we go back to bike,
Yeah.
I think what's going to happen when we do this, you'll hear, it'll go
Yeah.
as it's turning over, even though you might want to give it a wee bit of choke as well, actually.
Don't know.
Let's pull this bolt out of there.
Yes, there's a wee bit.
Don't want to give it a bit more choke.
No, that's fine. It's told us it's not going to run. Go on. As I say, just wasting the fuel, aren't you, son?
Interesting. It's not even doing what it did before. But it's saying base. Oh, hello. What's it saying? 53 degrees. That's interesting. Should say 83 on both. It is, it's just because it's slowed down. So 80 to 90 degrees max advance.
Yeah.
So, if we now flip these, so 1, 2 at the bottom needs to be 1, 2 at the top, and 2, 3 at the bottom needs to be 3, 4. Sorry. So this needs to come up to 3, and needs to go up to 4, and needs to go down to 1, and needs to go down to 2. Program. For the button to actually work. The moment of truth, will it is properly connected?
Right. I'd have thought it should get away with virtually no choke at the moment.
Doesn't? It's going to make a bit of a bang if it doesn't work.
I would have tried at least, wouldn't it?
We would have tried. Where's that not working? It was working so much nicer yesterday, so...
Well, I'll tell you what, plug the original ECU
Yeah,
back
then
in,
we'll get it running
just so we can fire it.
and get it warm.
But not even just warm, just so we know it'll fire.
You smell the fuel.
Yeah, exactly. Plus it gets that burnt off. That's fine. Got them?
Oh, going.
Right, hold it at this choke. Now plug the Ignitech in.
That's what we used to use.
Yeah, because that's a running out of choke. We know at this amount of choke this will run.
Okay, we connected. That's back on. Let's make sure it's connected to the PC. So start advance. See, max advance is 1. Start advance is 4. Max advance is 3. Yeah, we know that should be correct. The only other thing I have no idea about is the compensation.
Yeah.
Which is what I need to experiment with the gun.
Just yeah, that was a backfire. You break the start clutch very quickly doing that.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So let's set this back to what it was, which is
To the standard map.
3 and 4. 1.
You break the starter clutch, got to take the engine apart.
Yeah, exactly. Program. Just now we're getting some fuel through now.
Yeah.
So this is what it did the other day.
There's no point even going any further.
It wasn't doing that. So is the compensation there? What is the compensation doing? Fuck's sake, I was hoping just flipping the map would allow it to work. The only other thoughts I had was that it syncs. Do you want to grab me that board, mate? Sorry, bloody wires annoying. The pen's underneath it on the top of the plug switch.
Yep.
There's the board. You see, the other day, but yesterday, it was every. Before I flipped the ignition,
Yeah.
the other day it was going.
Yeah.
So it was firing the exhaust straight out. It was firing the gas straight out of the exhaust. So my only other thoughts were with this was that it when it sinks here, it doesn't treat this as load 1. It treats this as load 1, 2, 3, 4. In which case,
You have got those loads around the right way, haven't you?
what do you mean?
So you have got. It's not the other way because it's like I said. Let's turn this off for a sec.
Oh, yeah, go for it. Well, my only other thoughts is that it goes here, it sinks, and it says next load is 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. In which case, max advance is 4, start ignition, start advance is 1, because this is triggering on 1, and max is on 4.
Yeah.
And this will be max is 2, and start is on 3. Which randomly, if you select Suzuki GSX, which is what Ignitech supplied us with.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want default setting GS? Is exactly what they do. So their start advance is 1, and basically the max advance is 4, and their start advance is 3, and max advance is 2. But I still think that is 180 degrees out. Because if we load that in, it won't start. In fact, we can just do that. Because that's really easy to do, because this is what I did the first time I plugged it in. And if you turn it over for too long, you get a massive backfire. Like an obscene backfire through the fucking exhaust.
So literally only turn it over for a second.
So GSX, oh yeah, we need some power. Can't program it if it's not enough power.
Is it true?
So if we program that with the GSX.
Because don't forget now you've changed the. Just turn over like a second.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Doesn't do it. No. But I suspect now. Oh, it's on low. Okay, so if we just do this to plus, just to prove a point. Because it should trigger positive polarity. So it was happy to pull positive.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what the click is though.
Yeah, probably start relay. Or some relay.
That's interesting. Oh, I know why. Sorry.
Clutch switch relay?
No. For some reason it insists on putting, for the Suzuki one, it insists on putting the fuel pump. Which is I'm surprised that light didn't come on. And it also insists on putting the fuel pump on pin 2. Pin 12, sorry. It's really fucking annoying. Okay, so...
Might be prudent just to fire it up with the standard ECU again, just to clear any built up.
Yeah, that makes some sense.
Just in case there's some shit built up in the exhaust.
Okay, so we know that all starts. This should just turn over and start for a second. legit. Okay, so let's get some power here. This is probably going to say it's out of sync. 2 and 3, 1 and 4. Let's program anyway, just to be safe.
Yeah.
Just because I'm not happy about that fucking fuel pump and other shit. Okay, so plus 2 and 3, 3 and 4. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Ticking noises. Fuel pump's trying to pull fuel through, but there's no fuel to supply.
Yay!
Wow. Okay.
It runs on the Ignitech.
So,
woo! I think that calls for a cup of tea if nothing else.
hold on. That's how it works.
Yeah.
It syncs. It
So
syncs
it
on the wide
had-
load. It syncs on the wide load.
Yeah.
But it doesn't think wide load's 1. It syncs and then it treats the next load
That's
as 1.
So that's actually 4. That's not L1.
So
That's
that's
L4.
4. That's 1. That's 2, and that's 3. I'll tell Mark that I'll work on them.
Yeah. Right. We'll draw this properly.
Yeah.
And we'll keep that in the folder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So actually draw it. So.
I was trying to work out what the angles
Yeah.
were. I was like, why is it telling me? Because it works out your max advance.
Yeah.
Why is it telling me like something ridiculous like 120 degrees? I was like,
Which makes
so,
no
I was
sense.
like, so from here to here
Which is
130. From
yeah.
here to here is 180.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out
'Cause it's
where the
mirror.
angle. I was trying to figure out where the 100. Where
So
the 120, 117 was coming from.
So the map it's supplied with is absolutely fine. All they don't tell you is you've got to change the numbers on the lobes.
No.
No.
What it doesn't tell you is that Kawasaki have got everything flipped to 180 degrees.
Yeah. So
As soon as you swap those channels over, it runs.
it works. Yeah.
So,
And it runs
so
normally.
the map that they give you, if you look at the advanced map,
Does that mean we can sell the
is-
main ECU now?
no, I want to keep that as a backup.
Alright.
So,
Well, we'll sell one or 2 years in.
so that map is nothing to do with our bike. That's
Yeah.
what they provide you with for a GSX.
Yeah.
So that is evidently a GSX 1100 or something.
Yeah, which
So-
won't be massively
Which I
different.
don't think it'd be miles off. But if you look at ours should be at 6,000 RPM should be 40.
Yeah.
We'll get there in the end. These will obviously be 40. I just can't be asked to do that.
Yeah.
But then you have to try and smooth this out.
Yeah.
So I then went from 28 up just to make that a bit more linear,
Yeah.
and then rolled it over a little bit more so it actually rolls over instead of just going straight up.
Yeah.
If you look at some of the other Kawasaki maps, they literally have a straight line from
Yeah.
there to there, whereas this actually seems to roll up and then roll over.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because we've only run it at 1,000 RPM,
Yeah.
or 1,300 RPM, which
Not
should
come close to.
be in the base advance
Yeah.
section anyway.
So that's what we
fine.
need to determine on the dyno. What we need to do is do a straightforward pull on the standard ECU and then mirror it so we get exactly the same power, then we know we're running complete stock timing.
Yes.
Unless
Problem
they,
is
unless
you're
they can time it.
Problem is you're going to have to go through a whole world of ignition loops to do that, which is going to take a lot of time. Which is why I wanted the timing gun, because
Yeah.
we can put the original ECU back on, trigger it,
Yeah.
and then that gun unfortunately is not advanced enough, so I'm now going to have to go and spend 40 shits on a new one. But you can sit there and you can tell it to advance
until you're at
until the two line back
Yeah,
up
and that's
again, and
how
then
it
on the
advances.
gun it will say 20.
Yeah.
And you go, I'm at 20, I'm at 3,000 RPM. Type that
when
in
the
the computer.
dyno place have that though.
Yes,
And
but
they can hold it.
I'd rather do it here than not spend money, and then we can go to the
Yeah,
dyno,
what I'm
and then we
thinking-
can start from there.
What I'm thinking is that might be easier and more precise, because what you can do is bring your throttle in, then bring the engine say back down to 4,000 RPM by loading up on the dyno. Then you can get your you get it more
The
accurate.
only reason why I'm against that is because this ECU and this bike is so dumb that it doesn't
True.
take load into account.
No,
so
I'm
we
just-
can't
I'm just
actually
thinking-
do it here because we
I'm
don't need
just
to load the rear
thinking.
wheel
I'm
up.
just thinking we can hold that at 4,000-ish, but is that 4.1, 3.9, 4.2? Then it moves about a bit, and it's like
no, because that
you
gun-
can literally
no,
just
no.
hold it, then use
No,
the dyno to bring the engine back, not for the load to compensate, just to bring the
No,
engine back
what you're
down.
not taking into account is the fact that that gun also tells you the exact RPM.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
running off the coil.
Oh, that's easy enough.
So you can sit there with it on the dial and sit there just turning this until the thing
Yeah.
on the gun, not on the computer, not on the
Yeah.
engine, not on the bike, on the gun itself tells you exactly what the RPM is. So you
Yeah.
can sit there, throttle the engine until it hits 2,000, then go to the advance and sit there going through the advance
Just
until
click it up until
the two lines line up through
Yeah.
that little timing hole in the side of the cover.
Yeah.
Write that number down, then turn it until it hits 3000, and then write that number down, and you can sit there. And by
And
the
if it
time
just
you've got
goes
to
in a dead straight line, you can
But-
simulate it.
by the time you've got to 6k,
Yeah. Then you've got
then basically you're at max advance anyway,
Yeah.
so that it's just 40 degrees all the way
Yeah.
through.
I would suspect that's going to be a completely straight line.
Judging by everything that I've seen from Kawasaki maps of bikes for this era, it literally is a point to point between max and min.
Because in the days when this was done, there was no alternative way of doing that.
No.
Yeah.
Well, there would have been. They could have sat there for hours doing bike. They could have sat there for hours. Because you could, back in the day, you could get units where you could literally sit there and control it. So it's like an analog control with the bike running. So you can sit there and go, I want another 2 degrees advance on the dyno.
Yeah.
I want another 2 degrees advance. Oh, it's dead in.
Yeah.
Back it off 4 degrees.
Yeah.
So now we know where it's going to dead. Back it off 4 degrees. That's the number we're going to use in the ECU. And then go to the next load site on the dyno and sit there manually going through it.
Yeah. So what values are we going to? This is just
Funnily
a guess.
Funnily enough, I've seen those units on eBay.
Yeah.
For like £1,000, man. Where somebody's obviously shut down a site or something and retrieved it before it all got scrapped.
So there you go, it's all up and running. All it was the numbers assigned to each pickup. Because the way the system works, it uses the same ignition trigger wheel as a Suzuki. Because it's on the other side of the bike, it's actually running in the opposite sequence. So when you fit it using the Suzuki pickups, it doesn't work, or using the Suzuki pickup points. Just change a couple of values in a couple of boxes, up and running. That means we've now got a proper launch control. We can hold the RPM at exactly what we program it to at launch, and it also means our shift light is reliable. Next steps, get it on the dyno, and we're out again racing in about 5 weeks. If you like these videos, hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you soon.